Welcome to my channel, Old Coins Quarter Dollar. Here you'll find videos about rare, valuable, and interesting coins from around the world. Watch the videos, learn about coin history, coin values, and unique facts you won't find anywhere else. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to support the channel. It really helps us grow and bring you even more amazing coin content. Thanks for watching. Let's get started. The 1999 Connecticut Quarter is part of the monumental 50-state quarters program, one of the most ambitious and successful numismatic initiatives in U.S. history. Authorized by the 50 States Commemorative Coin Program Act of 1997, this series began in 1999 and ran through 2008, releasing 5 new quarters each year in the order that states entered the Union. Connecticut was the 5th and final state quarter released in 1999, following Delaware, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Georgia. Connecticut had ratified the U.S. Constitution on January 9, 1788, becoming the 5th state of the Union, and its state quarter proudly highlights a heritage with the inscription 1788 just beneath the state's name on the reverse. The year of issue, 1999, also appears at the bottom of the coin, along with the motto E Pluribus Unum, emphasizing the theme out of many, one, which was especially fitting for a series celebrating the individuality of each state within the broader Union. The obverse front of the Connecticut Quarter continues a traditional design used for all coins in the program. It features a left-facing portrait of George Washington, first adapted for the quarter by sculptor John Flanagan in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of Washington's birth. On this coin, Washington's bust dominates the central space, flanked by inscriptions. United States of America arcs around the top edge, Liberty appears to the left of Washington's portrait, and In God We Trust rests to the right. The denomination, quarter dollar, runs along the lower rim. Beneath Washington's bust is a year of issue, 1999, while to the right of his ponytail bow appears a D mint mark, indicating that the specific coin was struck at the Denver Mint. The obverse preserves a national continuity of the Washington Quarter, while the reverse provides a unique state tribute. The reverse, back, of the Connecticut Quarter is what makes this coin so distinctive. It features the charter oak, an enormous white oak tree that became one of the most important symbols of Connecticut's colonial history. The design, created by sculptor T. James Farrell, is striking in its simplicity and detail. A sprawling oak tree fills nearly the entire face of the reverse, its thick trunk and intricate branches rendered with high realism. The charter oak became famous during the late 1600s, when it was said to have hidden Connecticut's royal charter of 1662. According to legend, when the English Governor-General Sir Edmund Andros attempted to seize a charter in 1687 to revoke Connecticut's self-government, the colonists spirited it away and concealed it in the hollow of this very tree, preserving their political autonomy. For this reason, the charter oak became an enduring emblem of freedom, resilience, and independence. Surrounding the image are inscriptions. Connecticut arcs above the tree, accompanied by 1788 below the state name to signify statehood. At the bottom rim is E Pluribus Unum alongside the year of issue, 1999. From a technical standpoint, the Connecticut Quarter conforms to the specifications of all U.S. clad quarters of the era. The coin weighs 5.67 grams, has a diameter of 24.26 millimeters, and a thickness of 1.75 millimeters. It is struck in copper-nickel clad composition, consisting of a pure copper coal with outer layers of 75% copper and 25% nickel, giving it a silvery white finish. The edge is reeded with 119 ridges. These specifications were standardized across the 50-state quarters program to maintain uniformity in circulation, allowing only the reverse design to differentiate each state's coin. The symbolism of the Connecticut Quarter is deeply rooted in American history. The charter oak is not just a tree, but a living monument to the early struggle for self-governance. The real charter oak grew in Hartford, Connecticut, and stood for centuries before a violent storm felled it in 1856. It was later used to create cherished heirlooms, furniture, and artifacts preserved by the state, ensuring its legacy would live on even after the tree itself was gone. By placing the charter oak on the quarter, Connecticut linked its colonial fight for liberty with the broader themes of the United States, making it one of the most historically significant designs in the entire program. The tree also symbolizes resilience and continuity, reflecting how Connecticut has maintained its unique identity while contributing to the Union. The 1999 Connecticut quarter would produce in extremely large numbers, reflecting both its role as a circulating coin and the immense popularity of the new program. The Denver Mint struck 657,880,000 pieces, while the Philadelphia Mint produced even more. Additionally, the San Francisco Mint struck proof versions in both clad and 90% silver for collectors. The sheer volume of coins means that the Connecticut quarter is very common in circulation and not considered rare in standard condition. However, the popularity of the charter oak design has made it one of the most admired and recognizable quarters in the entire series. In terms of collectability and value, most 1999 Connecticut quarters found in circulation are worth face value 25 cents. However, uncirculated examples graded MS65 or higher can bring $2 to $5, and superb gem examples in MS67 or above can command higher premiums, sometimes $25 or more, depending on the coin market. Proof versions, especially those struck in silver, are more valuable, with typical prices ranging from $5 to $15 or higher for pristine deep cameo examples. Error coins, such as double dies, off-center strikes, or coins struck on defective planches, can be quite valuable to specialists. Beyond monetary worth, the Connecticut quarter's cultural and educational impact has been profound. For many Americans, the 50-state quarters program was their first real introduction to coin collecting. Children, families, and educators used the program to learn about state history and geography, and the Charter Oak Quarter taught millions about a pivotal story from America's colonial past. The Connecticut design stands out because of its detailed and elegant simplicity. Unlike many other state quarters crowded with multiple symbols, the charter oak dominates the scene, its branches spreading majestically across the coin, leaving a strong impression. In conclusion, the 1999 Connecticut state quarter is more than a piece of circulating money. It is a small but enduring piece of American history. Through its depiction of the charter oak, it commemorates the spirit of liberty and independence that defined Connecticut's colonial story and helped shape the foundations of the United States. Struck in massive numbers of the Denver Mint, it remains common in circulation, yet prized in higher grades by collectors. Its beauty, symbolism, and place in the first year of the wildly popular 50-state quarters program ensure that it will always hold a special place in U.S. numismatics. The 2007 New Jersey Ellis Island Quarter belongs to the U.S. Mint's widely celebrated 50-State Quarters program, a series that ran from 1999 through 2008. This program was launched to honor each of the 50 states with a unique reverse design that highlighted an important symbol, landmark, history, or cultural contribution associated with that state. Each state was released in the order it entered the Union. New Jersey, which became the third state of the United States on December 18, 1787, had already been featured in 1999 as one of the first state quarters, with a design of General George Washington crossing the Delaware River. The 2007 issue featuring Ellis Island and the Statue of Liberty was not part of the original 50-state quarters program, but instead part of the U.S. Territories and Historic Sites subset leading into the America the Beautiful Quarters program. This particular piece commemorates New Jersey's connection to Ellis Island, which is historically located in the waters between New Jersey and New York, though much of the island rests within New Jersey's borders after long-standing legal agreements and court rulings. On the obverse front side of the coin, one sees a traditional portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan in 1932. Washington's left-facing profile is flanked by inscriptions. The word liberty appears to the left, "In God We Trust" is inscribed to the right, and beneath the bust is a date of issue 2007. Above Washington's head reads the nation's name, United States of America, while below at the rim appears a denomination, $quarter. Just to the right of Washington's ponytail tie, you will find the mint mark P indicating that this coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. The obverse of this quarter is uniform with all others in the state quarter series, preserving the continuity of George Washington's image while allowing the reverse side to showcase the unique design for each state or territory. The reverse, backside, of the 2007 New Jersey quarter is what sets it apart. It features Ellis Island, the iconic gateway for millions of immigrants who entered the United States during the late 19th and early 20th centuries. The central design includes the Ellis Island Immigration Building, symbolizing the processing station that handled over 12 million immigrants between 1892 and 1954. To the right of the building stands the Statue of Liberty, America's everlasting emblem of freedom and opportunity, originally a gift from France in 1886. Together, these two symbols capture both the hardship and hope of the immigrant experience. Ellis Island as the administrative threshold into a new life, and the Statue of Liberty as a beacon promising freedom and equality. Surrounding the imagery are inscriptions: New Jersey at the top identifying the state, Ellis Island just beneath it as a specific subject, and the familiar motto, E pluribus unum, out of many, one, at the bottom alongside the year of issue. The engraving artist, working under the U.S. Mint's Artistic Infusion program, aimed to balance architectural realism with symbolic strength, resulting in a dignified yet emotionally evocative design. The coin specifications remain standard for U.S.-clad quarters of this era. It has a diameter of 24.26 millimeters, a thickness of 1.75 millimeters, and a mass of 5.67 grams. The composition is a clad sandwich of copper and nickel, a pure copper core with outer layers of 75% copper and 25% nickel, giving the coin its silvery color. The edge of the coin is reeded with 119 grooves. The Philadelphia Mint struck hundreds of millions of these quarters, meaning they are common in circulation, though collectors often seek out higher-grade uncirculated or proof versions for their sets. Proof strikes were made in San Francisco, both in clad and 90% silver, and are prized for their mirror-like surfaces and sharp detail. Historically, the choice of Ellis Island for New Jersey's design were highly symbolic. Ellis Island straddles New Jersey and New York Harbor, and for many decades, both states debated over ownership. In 1998, the U.S. Supreme Court confirmed that most of the island lies within New Jersey jurisdiction. Since Ellis Island was a gateway for immigrants from dozens of nations, it represents New Jersey's role as part of the first chapter in the lives of millions of Americans. This imagery also ties back to the concept of America as a melting pot, where people of different cultures came together to form a single unified nation, directly echoing the motto E pluribus unum. The Statue of Liberty, though technically located on Liberty Island in New York waters, was included in the design because of its inseparable association with Ellis Island and immigration. It was the first site that greeted hopeful newcomers, many of whom later settled not only in New York but across New Jersey and the broader United States. In terms of collectability and value, the 2007 Ellis Island quarter is widely available in circulated condition and generally worth face value, 25 cents, unless it is in mint state or proof quality. Uncirculated examples graded MS65 and higher may fetch between $2 to $5, with superb gem examples commanding premium. Proof versions, particularly those struck in silver, are worth several dollars depending on condition and demand. Additionally, error coins from the Philadelphia Mint, such as off-center strikes, double dies, or planchet errors, can command much higher values among collectors. For many hobbyists, this coin is more significant for its historical and cultural symbolism than its monetary rarity. Overall, the 2007 New Jersey Ellis Island quarter stands as both a tribute to the immigrant story and a reminder of New Jersey's role in America's history. It blends artistry with historical resonance, showing Ellis Island and the Statue of Liberty as twin icons of hope, perseverance, and unity. While millions of these coins circulate in the economy, their enduring message is far greater than their face value. Each coin is a small piece of metal history, honoring the millions of men, women, and children who passed through Ellis Island and helped shape the fabric of the United States into the diverse and vibrant nation it is today. The United States of America 2008 Arkansas quarter belongs to the famous 50-state quarters program, which was authorized by the U.S. Congress in 1997 and first launched in 1999. This program was designed to issue a unique quarter for each of the 50 states, in the order they entered the Union. Arkansas became the 25th state of the United States on June 15, 1836, and its quarter was released in 2003 originally, but the question of yours refers to the 2008 minting of circulation collector strikes that was still being produced at that time. Arkansas is nicknamed the natural state, and the U.S. Mint chose to highlight that theme through its reverse design. While the obverse of the coin carries a traditional portrait of George Washington, the reverse is distinctively Arkansan, filled with natural symbolism. On the obverse front of the coin, one finds a portrait of George Washington, first used on the quarter in 1932 when the denomination was redesigned to honor the 200th anniversary of Washington's birth. The portrait was created by sculptor John Flanagan, and though slightly modified over the decades, the 50-state quarters program retained this image to ensure consistency across the series. The inscriptions on the obverse are standard across all state quarters. United States of America arcs across the top rim. Liberty is positioned to the left of Washington's profile. In God we trust sits to the right, and the denomination quarter dollar rests at the bottom. To the right of Washington's ponytail bow, just above the edge, appears the mint mark P, identifying that this coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Beneath the bust is a year of issue, 2008, which indicates when the coin was struck, though the Arkansas design itself first debuted in 2003. The reverse back of the Arkansas quarter is especially rich in imagery, symbolizing both the natural resources and cultural identity of the state. At the center is a diamond, representing the crater of Diamond State Park, the only place in the United States where the public can search for natural diamonds and keep what they find. This makes Arkansas unique in the country and is a point of pride for the state. Beneath the diamond flows a river, representing the Mississippi River that borders Arkansas, and also symbolizing the importance of waterways in the state's history, economy, and ecology. To the left of the diamond is a graceful mallard duck in flight, shown rising above the water. The duck highlights Arkansas's natural wildlife and its reputation as a haven for hunters and bird watchers. The entire scene is framed by tall stalks of rice to the right, one of Arkansas's most important crops and a major contributor to the U.S. food supply. Together, these elements form a composition that reflects both the agricultural and natural beauty of Arkansas, hence the state's nickname. Encircling the design are inscriptions, Arkansas at the top, with the year 1836 just below it, commemorating statehood, and at the bottom the motto, E pluribus unum, meaning out of many, one, alongside the year of minting, 2008. In terms of coin specifications, the Arkansas quarter follows the standard format of all modern clad quarters of the period. It weighs 5.67 grams, has a diameter of 24.26 millimeters, and a thickness of 1.75 millimeters. Its composition is a copper-nickel clad, an inner core of pure copper surrounded by outer layers made of 75% copper and 25% nickel. The coin's edge is reeded, consisting of 119 ridges that give it texture and make it more difficult to counterfeit. These specifications are uniform across all state quarters, allowing collectors to appreciate the designs without structural variations. The symbolism of the Arkansas quarter is particularly notable. The inclusion of the diamond underscores Arkansas's unique geological distinction. The crater of Diamond State Park is the only publicly accessible diamond-bearing site in the world, where visitors can dig for diamonds in volcanic soil. The rice stalks reflect Arkansas's role as the nation's largest rice producer, a crop central to both the economy and identity of the state. The mallard duck not only emphasizes wildlife, but also ties Arkansas to outdoor recreation, as the state is a major destination for duck hunting. Meanwhile, the flowing water reminds viewers of the Mississippi River, which has historically been a lifeline for trade and travel. Together, these elements speak to a state rich in both natural resources and natural beauty. The mintage figures for the 2008 Arkansas quarter vary by mint facility. The Philadelphia Mint, identified by the P mint mark, struck hundreds of millions of these coins for circulation. The Denver Mint also contributed with its own D mint mark issues, while the San Francisco Mint produced proof coins, both in clad and in 90% silver, intended primarily for collectors. Proof coins are struck with polished dies and special planchets, resulting in sharp, mirror-like surfaces and frosted design elements that stand out dramatically. The Philadelphia circulation strikes, such as the one in question, were the most common, and while not rare in average condition, they hold interest as part of a complete state quarter collection. In terms of value and collectability, circulated 2008 P Arkansas quarters are generally worth their face value of 25 cents, since millions were minted and they remain plentiful. However, uncirculated examples in mint state grades, MS65 or higher, can sell for $2 to $5 depending on the quality of the strike and luster. Superb gem specimens with full mint brilliance may command a higher premium. Proof versions, especially the silver proofs, are much more desirable, with values ranging from $5 to $15 or more depending on condition and demand. Error varieties, such as off-center strikes, doubled dies, or missing cladding, can fetch significantly higher values. Collectors often pursue Arkansas quarters as part of the broader 50-state quarters program set, which remains one of the most popular coin series in U.S. numismatic history. Historically, the Arkansas quarter reflects the transition period of the program. By 2008, the state quarter series was in its final year, with only 5 states left to be honored. Arkansas's design stood out for its blend of agriculture, wildlife, and geology, making it one of the more unique state representations. For many Americans, especially those who lived through the release of the program, the Arkansas quarter was a reminder not only of the beauty of a natural state, but also of the broader educational and cultural value of the state quarters initiative, which brought millions of new collectors, both young and old, into the hobby. In summary, the 2008 Arkansas quarter is a standard circulation coin with a design rich in state symbolism. Its obverse continues a tradition of honoring George Washington, while its reverse celebrates diamonds, rice, ducks, and waterways, encapsulating Arkansas's identity as a natural state. Though common in circulation, high-quality examples and proof strikes hold numismatic value. Beyond monetary worth, this coin remains an enduring piece of American cultural history, reminding us of the diversity and richness of the 50 states that make up the nation.